I mean, just to kind of spoil things right off the bat, that ended up being, arguably the best bat versus arguably the worst bat. For 3, I'm going to have to take a selfish break and
Van Elks,
the home
baby.
field,
Nice.
bro.
I like it.
There's just something special about it. It's the Bat Bro field at this point.
Yeah.
And I think it just means so much to our channel. And
all right, everyone. Welcome to an impromptu installment of the Batter Up podcast with Just Bats. So I'm Ben Loafman here, taking the spot of Tyler, who used to be our host of this show. The reason we wanted to shoot today is we got a special guest here in Kansas City. He was in town shooting his USSSA Bat Showdown for 2025. Welcome to the show, man.
thank you, man. Happy to be here. Love Kansas City. Figured I'd stop by while we're filming out here. So thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So last night we were actually out at the field shooting the showdown for the USSSA Bats, and we had some kind of nutty results, right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So
it was huge upset. So we were out filming at Legends Field, home of the Monarchs. Much love. That field's sick.
Yeah.
Brand new turf. But we had 9 bats going in. I had it split between 2 days because I was taking so many hacks. My hands are all swollen, dude. It was exhausting, but we had multiple 120 exit velo appearances, which was cool to see.
Did we set a record with exit velo?
No, because I wasn't using like super hard baseballs.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
For those baseballs, I was up there.
Okay.
I was probably about like as high as I've ever been for velos. But
does it have to be like an MLB baseball if you're gonna set?
Yeah. There's a few different types of baseballs that I would consider rocks.
Yeah,
like KJ Pearls are rocks. Jugs Pearls are rocks. Big league baseballs obviously do the job. So there were 9 bats going in. The very first matchup was Zen versus Supra.
Okay,
and I mean, just to kind of spoil things right off the bat, that ended up being, arguably the best bat versus arguably the worst bat. So that was, and
So you set up the experts set up the bracket correctly.
100%. I set up the bracket kind of, from like increasingly getting better as the bats went on. So the last 3 bats were the Icon, the Hype Fire, the Dub, not in that order exactly. And then it started with like the Dirty South, the Zen, the Supra, the Bone Saber, and they're all good bats. Like they're all crazy, right? Especially compared to like what we used to run when we were kids. These bats are nuts. But the Supra literally faced each bat. It beat every bat, which was super interesting. I had never swung it yet, and I right off the bat, like it's a linear composite barrel.
Okay,
so it's
explain that. What's linear?
Yeah,
composite?
So the opposite of that would be the Dub, a double barrel.
Okay,
a linear barrel is like a Hype Fire is a linear barrel. It's just where you have one thin composite wall.
Okay,
and usually like if those are really really hot, they're gonna break pretty quick.
Okay,
so I was thinking like first round against the Zen, it was sounding great and feeling great, and I'm like, oh, this bat's gonna be really hot, but it's gonna break. And it faced off against all 8 bats and it never broke. And
nice.
I think I ended the day with a 121.9 exit velo, and I was I had pretty much given up hope for the day that I was going to hit 120 anymore. Cause I was so gassed. This blister, it doesn't look that bad, but this hurts, bro. It hurts so bad. And I was like sweating. I wasn't getting very good footing in the box. I was slipping all over the place and I was cooked, but barreled one and got a 122, which was crazy. So the Supra showed up, man.
Was it did you get a decent angle on like, did you line, or was it like a line drive?
It was a liner, but it went over everything.
Really? Nice. Was that one of those that hit the tent and like left field?
Yeah.
Nice.
I hope we didn't damage stuff that much. The Monarchs didn't say anything. They were super cool about it. So much love to the old American Association over there.
I was sitting in out beyond left field in the gravel yard out behind there, and
that was you out there.
I was just eventually Will was hitting so many over the second fence that it was like I just need to go out around and get out there.
With those bats, like homers aren't even exciting. It's I want like line drive homers. That's the idea.
I was really hoping so in center field there. Maybe we can throw up while we're talking. We can throw up some footage, but to center field, they have the batter's eye is pretty high up there, and you got like it was within like 5 feet of going over the batter's eye.
Yeah, Oh, I could for sure do it.
Yeah,
I'd
okay.
love to do it again. But yeah, it's like there's a center field fence, a hill, then
Yeah.
the batter's eye. I cleared it once, I swear.
You did? Okay. I was
at least once.
I was out in the gravel yard, so I didn't get to see.
Let's review the footage. I think I cleared it.
Nice. As far as look with all those bats, so they're all kind of flashy. I was noting last night when I was looking at like the Dub has that like it looks like a bomb pop when you're like I know that's not actually the colors that it has, but the further you get away, it's like like a little frozen treat. What's your favorite look?
A lot of those bats I think look ridiculous. Yeah. Like the Supra, I said in the video, I thought that was the worst looking bat there. It looks the name is like, the name's weird too.
It's kind of like aqua blue, right?
Yeah, it's just a weird design. But
the Atlas, everybody thought the Atlas, that orange
and
Atlas.
It bangs, and like that just goes to show, man. Like I did not like I will say, like I had favorites going into that. I thought the Hype Fire was going to win. Mm-hmm. I did not think the Supra was going to win. I even thought the Axe Warp would have had a good shot. But the freaking Supra just delivered, man. The best looking bat out of all of those, I have to kind of go through them. The Marucci's all right. The Bone Saber looks really good. It might be the Bone Saber, honestly. It's just a clean looking bat.
Still like the cream.
Yeah. The Hype Fire looks sick. Honestly, I love like the fire, orange, red, yellow of the Hype Fire. I'd say between the Bone Saber and the Hype Fire, those are my two favorite looking bats.
Nice. This is coming from like, I think I'm a little older than you, but like, I remember when like the orange Easton Connection bat came out, everyone was like, whoa, an orange bat. And now we're levels beyond that now,
oh, so. Yes. Like 4 different colors on one bat. Yeah.
But so we dove in there. We just went right in for the USSSA Bat Showdown. But with anything new with you personally, just getting after it, hitting bats every day?
Yeah, man. Just I've been hitting more than ever this year, honestly. Right. Like I do so much hitting behind the scenes.
I feel like you're looking pretty trim. Like does it
bro.
Just like if you're swinging bats all day, I imagine.
I mean, it's more I always hit a lot, but it's more I just cleaned up my diet a little bit. Protein and fiber. Fiber is the most underrated nutrient out there in my opinion. But anyways, what's been keeping me busy lately is kind of the Wood Bat Showdown. So we have 16 different bats that I'm going in with for our Wood Bat Showdown. And I haven't really started the actual filming yet, but the prerequisite for getting into the showdown is that all 16 of those bats have to put 25 balls in play, like basically 25 like decent hits in play off of like 80 to 85 mile an hour pitching with like hard NCAA baseballs, which off a pitching machine, which those are notorious bat breakers. Yeah. And I've already broken like 3. So so that's been a lot of hacks.
Do obviously I assume, or I hope, I'm sure everybody's hope, is there a torpedo bat included?
There's 2. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I have a birch torpedo and a maple torpedo. Okay. Not because I think they're going to win. I just think people would be pissed if I didn't include torpedo bats.
I actually thought your analysis on the torpedo bats was pretty awesome. It was like, it was so funny when you were like, you just don't move down sizes when you get to be a Major League Baseball player. So
you don't, bro. It's like, I don't even know, like, what's a real world comparison to like moving down a size in bat? I'm telling you, it's just like an ego thing. Players do not want to move down a size in bat. It's like you're admitting that you're lesser of a man, which is like stupid. That's ridiculous. But I don't know. It's just a taboo thing in baseball where players don't want to move down in size. And the torpedo bat does that for you in disguise.
There you go.
And kind of like the other way I've seen people use it is I'm 90% sure this is what like Cal Raleigh and Paul Goldschmidt do. They actually went up an inch in length and swung the torpedo bat. So it kind of just swings like their old bat probably. Okay, yeah. But they have even a little bit more length to work with. I think that's probably the more applicable usage for a torpedo bat is to actually swing a 34 instead of a 33 while swinging a torpedo bat. Same concept, honestly, though, as like a puck knob. It's like, it's not a crazy innovation, but it's still good.
That's funny. I was, the puck, it does the same thing. It like because it counterbalances. You're like, I probably shouldn't be swinging a 34, but I'll put this knob on the bottom.
And then people are going to think I'm tough because I'm swinging a 34. Yeah.
That's funny. Nice. So we talked briefly about this last night, and you're running out of fields, right? Up in Oregon.
I mean, it's not even that I'm running out of fields. It's just like where I live, there's one field. Like there's one field with turf and lights. And at this point in the channel's life cycle, like I pretty much only hit at fields with turf and lights.
Okay, nice.
That's usually the best setup for us. But yeah, so one issue I ran into recently is especially lefties, like my brother hitting at our field. There's a neighborhood in right field, and I mean, you have to hit it pretty hard to like hit some of the houses, and he hit a few of the houses.
I think you with the Dynasty, did you
oh,
popped
and
a
then
house?
I hit lefty too, yeah. So, and like we didn't like break anything, but like I get it, bro. Like I don't want baseballs raining down on my roof at 9:30 p.m. in the middle of winter. Like that's not the most exciting thing. So the neighbors got pissed, and long story short, for like a month or two there, we got banned from our home field, which like, bro, I sank. I was so like shook by that, because you know that's like one of the most important parts to our whole channel, right? And that's like my livelihood. So that sucked. But these guys, the Bendelics, really kind of went to bat for us, and that was huge and got us reinstated with conditions.
Okay,
we can't hit U-trip bats or BBCOR bats there.
I
have to specifically use like kind of nerfed baseballs, which we already kind of use anyways. But
yeah, I'm laughing like trying to think about the Bend Elks explaining what a USSSA bat.
I know,
like
seriously, and like that was like a big part of the challenge. I'm assuming, like I wasn't there, but I mean they did a really good job of explaining the nuance and like you know, like I can swing BBCOR bats. It's easier to explain. Like BBCOR bats are restricted performance bats, and wood bats are inherently restricted performance bats, and so, I mean, the majority of our videos are wood bat and BBCOR bats. Yeah. So, I mean, I film there twice a week now, and only righty. So, if you notice, I'm dead pull. I just hit them off the grocery store. And they're all cool. So, yeah, we basically just put all these precautions in place so that we don't damage property, which I get that. Like, that's fine. I'm not mad at that at all. So, yeah, we have a good situation going now there. That's our home field, and I love it, man. It's been good. But yeah, for U-Trip, that's why I'm in Kansas City right now. There's nothing behind the fence at Legends Field.
That's right. To hit, the gravel pit.
Yeah, we just let her rip, and it went great.
So like moving forward, is it like a dream of yours? Would you want your own field or something like that someday?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just so expensive to do that. I would love to build my own field. I think that'd be so cool, but just logistically, man, that's like easily probably $2 million.
Really?
Yeah,
like get the land,
which your boy don't got. Like that's you know, I'm trying to like buy a house. Like I've got dogs to pay for, man.
There you go.
But yeah, I would love to have my own field.
That'd be cool.
If anybody wants to buy us one, let me know.
There you go. We'll put it out there for you. So, but actually, you know what would be cool? Have you ever gone back to the original field that you?
So they kind of got pissed at us because we would hit stuff all the time.
There was that gap, that unfortunate gap, like right in between the scoreboard. That if you got it out,
I don't think we'd be welcome back there. It's 330 all around. So we shouldn't have been hitting there in the first place.
And then one thing I've noticed as well. So you only hit at night now too, right? Yeah. Is that just to improve the like viewer?
Yeah, it's because you have a dark backdrop to see the ball against. And now if we post a daytime video, we get chirped. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I can't even do it, dude. People are like, bro, we can't even see the ball. Like, why do you even bother posting this? Like,
oh, man.
So, yeah, we're pretty much stuck to film at night. So this time of year, like in the summer, I'm starting filming at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah, we were there last night at like 7, and it was like we got to hang on for a few minutes.
A shoot for me now is 9 to 10:30.
Okay.
In the fall, I like hitting in the fall and winter because then I can
get out there 4:30.
Yeah, and go home for dinner. Yeah.
There you go.
But
nice.
It's been late nights.
Yeah. So looking at your recent videos that you've done, like in the spring, you hit at Petco Park in San Diego. I know you've hit at Kauffman Stadium, and I know there's a few others you've hit in, but top 5, where would you say your favorite fields that you've hit at?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple different dynamics to a field. You have the stadium, you have the field itself, and then like what's more important for our videos is the backdrop, and kind of the aesthetic, and a big underrated part is the audio.
Okay.
How quiet and still is the setting.
Okay.
So top 5, for one, dude, I gotta say Petco Park.
Really?
It was like so quiet. They had our logo up on the scoreboard. Like that was crazy. Petco was probably number 1. Number 2, not even a big league field. I got it. This is back in like 2020.
Okay.
The AAA for the A's, the Las Vegas Aviators, Las Vegas Ballpark. Stunning.
Really?
And the ball jumps.
Okay. That makes sense.
Absolute launch pad. It feels like you're hitting on the moon.
Are you higher in elevation there than you are when you're in Bend?
No, Bend's higher elevation.
Okay, it is. Okay.
It probably flies even better in Bend, but it's just hot and dry.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it's so easy to hit homers there.
And they had
you could hit a homer.
They had a pretty decent size, like whatever was behind in left field, there was like a decent rise there, which I feel like plays into it too, because it's like, it's like, is it going to hit it? Like
there's so many obstacles to hit. There's a huge net and then a giant Las Vegas ballpark.
Yeah.
And I hit one of the letters and it was like still the coolest hit I've ever had on the channel. I feel like
Roy Hobbs.
Yeah, I hit the G in Vegas. Yeah.
Nice.
with the 2020 the goods.
Nice. Are we on 3?
Yeah, 3. Man, like the other big league fields were sick, but they just didn't stand out quite enough.
Yeah.
So for 3, I'm gonna have to take a selfish break and
Bend Elks,
the
baby.
home field,
Nice.
bro.
I like it.
There's just something special about it. It's the Bat Bro field at this point.
Yeah.
And I think it just means so much to our channel, and I love hitting there.
Yeah.
Like it feels like there's just it's an intimate experience.
Yeah.
When we film a video there, it's just us. Nobody else is around. The gates are locked. Like I'm just so comfortable hitting there, and I love it. And I think the backdrop, it's like an old field.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's like falling apart in some ways, but like that's what's charming about it. 4, we'll get back to the cool ones. 4, I'm gonna have to go Oracle Park in San Francisco.
There you go.
I know that is AT&T Park, but that's a cool. I think it's way cooler for lefties than righties.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go back there this summer as a lefty.
Okay, you're gonna try to get that splash hit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to replicate Barry Bonds' 756 home run.
Okay, you are.
Yeah, which I don't think I'll be able to. Like, dude, that was a freaking pump. That was a far home run.
Are you going to swing with? Is it the RK1?
Yeah.
What's his? With the fat knob.
2K1.
2K1. There you go. Yeah.
There is a R2K1.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
You're onto it. But yeah, the 2K1, big old bell knob.
Yeah.
34, 32. It's not like as big of a bat as a lot of people would think. It's,
really?
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
And did he choke up? Or is that a myth?
He choked up a little bit, but it was more just because the nature of that giant knob.
Yeah, you can't.
It kind of basically like it's built for you to choke up on. So yeah, he effectively was kind of swinging about 32 and a half, 33 inches, but
crazy.
A lot of weight.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's swinging a 32 drop 3. He's swinging a lot of weight. And then 5, we're basically between like the last 4 big league fields I've hit at. So we have Mariners, D-backs, Royals, and Rangers, and I'd probably have to give the Mariners the 5 spot.
Yeah, that was pretty recently.
Yeah, Kaufman was sick though. Yeah. Globe Life was sick, and I really liked Chase Field with the Diamondbacks. Okay. I might even like that more than T-Mobile.
This is interesting where you talked about hitting in Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Yeah. So I went to the Savannah Bananas game at Kauffman Stadium the other weekend. Yeah. They were here in Kansas City,
sold out,
and it was like it's wild. Like you could tell. It's awesome. I love the Savannah Bananas show. But you could tell that they weren't professional baseball players because like the stadium just made ridiculous. You got to really get into it to get it out.
You can be a really strong hitter and have a hard time hitting it out of Kaufman.
The Royals are having a very hard time.
Yes, absolutely. They're having a very hard time. I just watched them lose 1-0. But yeah, part of like Kaufman looks cool, but part of it is it's just such an unfriendly ballpark to hitters.
Yeah.
And the Mariners field was that same situation. So dude, I might have to go Chase Field for my 5 spot because the ball flies.
Really?
And there's a lot of cool stuff to hit.
Yeah.
And it's air conditioned.
There you go.
Yeah. So I sorry, Mariners. I'm giving the D-backs the 5 spot.
But you're from Oregon, but you're a Braves fan, right? Is that
no? I'm not a Braves fan.
I thought you were a Braves fan. No.
Are
you?
No.
What are you, Giants?
Yeah, I'm a Giants.
Giants. Fan. Okay, okay. Sorry, I don't know why.
Cam's a Braves fan.
You wore a Braves jersey one time, though, didn't you?
Well, I wore a Braves jersey because I customized the Pablo Sandoval.
Okay, yeah.
For like the 1 week he was on the Braves. I just thought it'd be a stupid jersey to wear. You are right. I do wear the Braves jersey a lot. But
that's funny.
Yeah, I don't like any team from the NL East just because they have a long-standing, beef with the Giants typically.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, hate the Phillies especially.
Oh man,
I kind of like the Mets, but not really. Not when it really comes down to it. I like the Giants a lot. And then for AL, I don't really like any AL teams.
Royals.
Yeah, I like it. If the Royals like made a good playoff run, I'd root for the Royals.
There we go.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're all good.
Yeah, I hate the Royals least out of all AL teams, but
There you go.
I definitely like the Giants the most. I'm more of a college baseball guy.
So who is the Phillies? Is that your most hated?
And the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
They nice. But speaking of big time of year for you, I thought it was kind of
Yeah.
cool in this area. You gotta go south. Oklahoma State's probably like, the best traditionally baseball team close to us.
Yeah.
So around here, you don't get, even though Omaha's not very far. I just thought it was cool in between at bats. You're like checking your phone to like check the score, and like people don't do that around here. So
I love
I
college
thought
baseball. Well, yeah, because like Kansas City is such a cool sports town, but because you guys have such good pro sports. In Oregon, we don't have pro sports except for the sorry Portland Trailblazers. I mean, I love the Trailblazers, but
did they make a finals in the early 2000s against like the late?
Oh yeah,
or no, yeah.
We lost NBA finals, I believe, in maybe the year 2000 or 1999.
Okay,
or something.
Gotcha.
That was a long time.
Yeah, it was a long.
Rasheed Wallace.
Yes, that's where. Yeah.
And then we made a Western Conference Finals with Damian Lillard a few years back.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, so we don't have pro sports in Oregon, so we have the Ducks and Beavers, which is like honestly like for Oregon, we're not really on the map that much. Like those are a couple cool like college programs, and especially baseball. Like both those teams represented really well this year. The Ducks, that had an unfortunate postseason ending, but the Beavers are as of this moment when we're filming, they're still looking all right.
There you go.
But hey, they got 3 natties in like the last 20 years. So
that's right.
Yeah, it's a cool place for college sports.
Nice. I remember I went to Oregon. This was like 06. Yep. I went to Omaha World Series, and it was fun to see like people loved the beat.
Well, nobody thought Oregon State was going to win the World Series, bro. Like, I think they beat North Carolina. Like, the other teams that were there were, Oregon State was the last team you think of for a college baseball blue blood, which like they've become, which is so crazy.
It was cool because that was old. That was Rosenblatt. I assume you probably never made it to Rosenblatt. Man, it was like
I've heard it's magic.
My ticket was like to get into the game was like this. They like peeled off this ticket and gave it to me to go in. It was pretty cool. And it was just like sit wherever you want. Like if you can find a seat. Like
if I could time travel, I would want to go to Rosenblatt for a game. I'd want to hit at Rosenblatt for a video.
I feel blessed that I was able to now that it's not there anymore. And I get it.
Crazy you went. Dude.
Yeah, it was kind of a big, early like kids would, because there's a lot of tournaments this month.
Yeah.
So and so that week was pretty big. We played in a tournament. I got to go to like 2 games or something like that. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I obviously didn't appreciate it as much as I should have, but it's cool to like I was there. So so with the way 2025 is shaping up, as far as your top BBCOR bats, have things gotten shooken up much, or where are we looking at with BBCOR right now?
Well, there's a lot that's coming out soon.
Okay.
So
thanks everybody for listening to this episode. Stay tuned for our next one. We're going to be continuing our conversation with Will. We're going to take a few listener questions, and we're also going to go through Will's 2025 top BBCOR bats. If you're watching on YouTube, give us that thumbs up. Till next time, have a great day.